Every person in the journey of creating content or building a personal brand have this one question. How would I be different? Why would someone watch me when there are so many people? And hence, when I tell them that I'll be creating a blue version for you, then the question is, how would you do that? How would you understand? And is that even possible? And now, a lot of you, for the first question is, what is a blue ocean? पहले ये समझ लेते हैं. Yeah, blue ocean का मतलब एक बहुत simple. It's a business concept. The easiest example I can give you is of Apple. Apple, in the world of smartphone makers, stands different. Any new smartphone maker who comes in the world is termed as an Android. So it's a category versus a brand. That's the difference. So basically, right now, everyone is selling in a red ocean. Let's say in any product or a category. You talk from a fitness to finance to yoga, wellness, bakery, any kind of content that you see on Instagram, YouTube, any platform, you see crores of influencers today, which means it's a red ocean. All of us trying to ship for this same fish, like, not ship for it. सेम फिश पकड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं रेड ओशन बन चुका है ब्लड बाथ बन चुका है is there a way that I can find a lake where no one is there which no one is serving in the right way let's say if you look at the entire country you know for a fact that the India one audience like all of us who are in the let's say the top 1 to 5% whatever however it's categorized all of us are looking at US creators. Why? Why is it that we're not consuming Indian content enough, especially when it comes to learning things? Why are we consuming folks from the West? Because we do not have enough quality existing. Now, this is debatable, I know, but we all know what's the truth at the end of the day. And this is a change happening. So if you want to build something today, if you try to cater to only India one, you automatically craft a blue ocean for yourself. But that's not confined enough. The idea is to find an underrepresented customer that people have failed to understand and recognize. That becomes the core. Now, question is anyone underrepresented? See, that's the beauty of it. When you go out as a consumer today, let's say you want to buy sneakers and you see 100 brands. Now you're trying to see and identify. Now you're not just buying it as a commodity. You want it as a lifestyle, and hence you're looking for who can understand you as a consumer, who is building for you. If I'm a runner, if I'm I don't know, a gym freak, if I am a corporate employee, if I'm a businessman, is a brand who is specifically targeting to me. Now, even if they're not doing anything different, but if a brand says that, hey, I'm building these sneakers only for startup founders who've raised more than $10 million dollars or who does more than $10 million dollars of revenue because we understand how your life looks like. I am already sold because it feels like this person is targeting me as compared to a generic sneaker brand. So the idea is to find that underrepresented audience. Where it comes from, what we follow and what you should any day follow is taking a deep dive and finding everything about ourselves. देखो यार, as we're born, I think it's only up till 5th, 6th class wherein we have true free will, wherein we can actually do anything and everything that we want without thinking and without giving two fucks about the audience. But beyond that, everything is about the world. So once you shred off the entire facade from yourself and you figure out who you are, you find your unfair advantage. Basically, something. All of us are really individualistic folks, right? So what's something that makes us truly individual? Finding that out and actually playing that. Because when you play a game from your unfair advantage, you're bound to fucking win. Because for everyone else, using or deploying those traits would be a work. But for you, it's play because it comes naturally from inside you, from your soul. In that task, even if you do 24 hours a day, there is nothing as there's nothing as burnout. There is nothing as work-life balance. Because you are doing something which your soul loves, which is nourishing your souls at the same time. Which brings us back to the point that to craft that blue ocean, if you've learned this in the startup world, you will clearly hear that solve the problems that you've faced because you are your best customer. You know who you are. You know where you're from. So that's the kind of exercise. It's a big, deep exercise, which starts with asking the question that, why should someone watch you? Think about it. Who are you? Why the fuck someone should watch you? I'm not saying this to hurt your ego, but I'm saying this so that you can genuinely introspect. If you've been creating content, have you ever thought to sat down, all these agencies that you worked with and everyone, have they ever tried to tell you what's different about you? What's needed? Why would someone spend their time on you? Why would someone spend their money on you? And it's not about the accolades that you've received over the time. It's not about the certification. Because no one can read certifications on a reel of 2, 3, 5 seconds or YouTube video within the first 10, 20, 30 seconds. The idea is, what is an emotion that you can put on the table, and for which kind of an audience, and what kind of words do you use, and what kind of setup do you use, that it it perfectly targets that market. And hence, it's about taking a deep dive journey on building all these things, to literally strip off everything, to know anything and everything about you, then find that unfair advantage, then create the foundations, and then figure out that, okay, is this truly something that's missing in the market? I'll give you an example. We okay, we onboard this kick-ass person. I think she's one of the most kick-ass women I've met in a long time. This person has been on top of her career. She was in US for the last 15, 20 years. From Dell to McKinsey to Amazon to, I think the last company was, there was this company which is valued at more than $50 billion. $50 billion, if you do not know, that's almost 5 lakh crore. Unki, one of the CXOs, one of the head of strategy and ops. Imagine the game. Imagine the level of the game. It's beyond. This person chose to come back to India after 15, 20 years and pursue her passion of interior design. Now, these are two different things. She was in the world of product management, strategy, ops, consulting. How is it related to interior designing? That's the first thing would come to anyone's mind. And that's there. But the beauty is in the cross section. See, whatever you've been through, whatever you've learned, whatever you accumulated, that's something that has become a part of you for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and we can't leave that. We can't say, hey, I was a kick-ass person there, but now I'll start something from the bottom. Yes, we'll do that, but we need to utilize that because this is what we were. This is the kind of unfair advantage that we've built over the time. Might not be directly coming from inside us, but we've spent so much time in this space that we know nitty-gritties. We built an eye, we built a momentum, we built our unconscious brain to think in a certain way. So now, the positioning, the blue ocean that we figured out was, how about, how about this person only caters to CXOs of tech products? That's it, right? Or let's say the high-paying CTOs and founders and stuff like that. Again, the same realm. Because those people would love to hear a statement that she builds homes, that her philosophy of building homes is like building products flawlessly or shipping products flawlessly. Shipping a product flawlessly. Anyone who's worked in the world of tech products knows how obsessive people become to do smallest of the things to ensure that there is no friction for a consumer. So that they can do everything 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the most seamless way. Imagine if someone can build that house for you. You will love that shit, right? And that's the kind of place wherein people can throw bizarre money. Imagine folks like Aman Gupta, Anupam Mittal, Dipender Goyal, all these tech founders of this country, right? Or let's say the startup founders of this country. They would throw any and every kind of money to work with this person. One, because of the mission statement, because what she's saying is wait, ringing to their ears. Like, oh wow, fuck, let's go. At the same time, think about her credentials. When someone's working with her, imagine. So I worked in product, the world of product. Let's say I'm going to be building my house by the end of this year for my family. Now, I understand the importance of someone who have that mind that no other interior designer in the country can ever build. I would hire this person in a heartbeat, even at 10x price. Because I know that if I'm going to utilize that house for 20, 30 years, and someone can build that so that I'm able to thrive, I'm able to think more productively, I'm able to execute more productively, I'm able to get shit done, and I can make a lot more money through that. I would pay any amount of kind of money. And again, as I was saying, it's going to be so insane to also just sit down with this person and learn. Learn with the person, the experience she has gained over the time. So many insights she must have acquired, right? 5 लाख करोड़ की कंपनी की अगर आप एक हेड ऑफ स्ट्रैटेजी और ऑप संभालते हो, अगर आप मैकेंजी जैसी कंपनी में कंसल्टेंट्स हो, अगर आप डेल जैसी कंपनी में प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर हो, imagine the kinds of insights that has been built, that can be utilized, that can be learned. That's the beauty of it. That's how we sit down to build the blue oceans of the people. The same goes for someone like Mega, who is the country head of Dish TV and Vodafone. And now she's in the world of astrology and she's like, how do we do a crossover? I'm like, think about those CXOs who are making those 1,000 crore decisions. Now they don't just need another astrologer because they won't understand them. But they need someone who's played that game. And there is no one else like you because everyone in the world of astrology and the occult are doing it for the money. No one is coming from that space, that kind of authority. That's how. That's kind of an example of how you build that game. So blue ocean can always be created. You just need to have the right partners with you who are ready to patiently sit down and grasp everything about your life, the smallest of the smallest things. That who are you? We found with someone that her mission statement is turning pain to magic. And we figured out the philosophy is that unless you've walked through the pain from the middle and actually come out of it, you cannot create magic. So it's the polar opposite things. So people who try to navigate it would not work. And why she's best to do it? Because interestingly, her positioning came out to be in a way that she was teaching certain things around manifestation. And then something she manifested didn't happen and she broke hard, and she questioned, she had an existential crisis because she believed and she was passing that belief to the world, she was selling that belief in a way to the world. And then she had to sit down, introspect, break herself down, and then rebuild and accept and find more nuance to it. No one else would ever dare to own it up. So it's literally about walking through that entire journey of your life, figuring out what have we been through and what makes us truly fucking special. That's it, because you are special. All of us are special. We just need to find that out. We just need the right people who can recognize it, who can tell us we're special, ready to build that game with us. That's it. That's what we do.